My name is James Caesar. I've been working here at Lynnwood High School for the last 17 years as a science teacher. And I served for 9 years in the Army Reserve as a chemical officer.
I'm Larry Wilson, a counselor here at Lynnwood High School, and I was in the Air Force for 21 years.
My name is Gary Walton. I like to be called Mr. Gary or Mr. G. In the in-school suspension room as supervisor, and I like to be more proactive and meet and greet people before they end up in school suspension.
I am Miss King, and I work at Lynnwood High School. I'm a paraeducator for the Career and Technical Education Department and the ELL Department. My son's name is Ezekiel King, and in the service he goes by Private First Class King.
I am teacher Michelle Beathy, and my son's name is Curtis Gibbs.
I stayed in for 9 years and achieved the rank of first lieutenant. I was being promoted as I got out, so I ended at first lieutenant.
I left the Air Force, retired from the Air Force in 1997 as a Master Sergeant.
Received E8, which the title in the U.S. Navy is Senior Chief Petty Officer, and that means you acquire a rank as the highest you can go as an enlisted is E9. So as an E8, I was right there.
He is Private First Class, and he has been in since February.
Curtis started at Central Washington University in ROTC, so when he graduated he went into officer school.
A couple of the places that I've been, I lived in Fort McClellan, Alabama, which is where I went to chemical school for the Army. I lived here in Washington State.
I was stationed in Maryland and Texas and California and Korea. I think that's everywhere.
I deployed to Japan, the Philippines, mostly Western Hemisphere, but I also spent time in Italy as well.
He has been in 5 different locations since February. At the end of October, he arrived at his permanent duty station.
He went right into serving. In fact, when he was a freshman, he went to Iraq. He was pulled out, the ROTC guys were, and he was in the front lines on the way to Iraq. And he now is a captain and he's working on becoming a major.
I don't know if I could single out one experience in the 21 years because every assignment was challenging in different ways. I guess probably personally, I met my wife in Korea, so that was probably a pretty significant incident that happened. So yeah, I enjoyed my time in the military.
When he got to meet President Bush and shake his hand, and Bush flew over and surprised them for Thanksgiving dinner and when he was in Iraq. And he was one of the chosen to go in and eat with him.
Any veteran, I don't think it's necessary that somebody remembers me personally and what effect I had, but that we all just realize that our freedom here in the United States comes because other people are willing to stand up and do the job that other people aren't willing to do.
It's hard to sacrifice anybody you love, whether it's a child or whether it's yourself. I think it's easier if it's yourself because you're fighting to protect those you love. But to give up somebody you love is a challenge, especially when you see people in America not appreciating their freedoms. So I appreciate every day that I have the freedom to choose. And I would like to see everybody appreciate the country we live in because of the sacrifice I've made and because of the sacrifice my son's made.
Future generations of Americans, boy, you guys are a different breed, and I have to say that. So that was a tough question when I thought about it. You have everything at your fingertips with technology, social media. You're up to date on everything. So I hope the way that I am remembered is that I was a part of giving you those freedoms so those things could be invented, and you want to do the same thing, give people freedoms by even inventing more things or showing them through social media there is hope in the world to be better.
I think the biggest sacrifice is just your time and your family. Um, when you join the military to serve your country, a lot of times you're asked to go to different places, and you don't have a choice in where you go or how long you're going to be there. So the biggest sacrifice to individuals is usually time with their families that they have to spend away.
Curtis has had to make many sacrifices. He was able to be home when his children were born, but he's gone a lot. He misses all those things about their walking and talking, and so they try to Skype if they can. His youngest doesn't really understand it yet, why Dad's not there.
Just previously mentioned about setting a goal. If you find that the military is useful to you in reaching your goal, then I would say take a look at it. They have a way to help pay for school, and I myself, that's how I financed going to school, was through the military. So kind of look at what you want to do with your life, and if in that the military can help you achieve whatever goal you have, then I would say consider it strongly.
I mean, you have to be willing to sacrifice. I was lucky enough that I did not have to go into a combat area when I was in the Air Force. My job probably wouldn't have required it, but I always knew that something could happen. I was stationed in Korea, and there's a hostile nation right across the border. So if young men and women are thinking about any kind of branch of the military, I'd say you have to be aware that you're not signing up because you're getting benefits, not signing up for a paycheck, but you're signing up because you're committed to doing something that is in the support of the nation.
Advice would be the military is not for everyone. So if you're looking at solidifying a career, going on to college, it may be a good idea for you, but you better check where your desire is, your determination is, and especially your discipline to ensure that you make it through, whether it be a one-term or a career.
Have many discussions with former military. Don't just listen to the recruiters, but go and hear the real stories. Unfortunately, some of the training has changed slightly of what boot camps and things are like, but as far as have an idea of what you want to do in what branch, how to go about it, and how that will transfer if you become a civilian, and basically just have lots and lots of conversations before it's on paper.